Elon Musk just broke his silence, and what he revealed about Block 3 will blow your mind. Ship 37 sits completely exposed at Starbase, no heat tiles, no flaps, looking absolutely destroyed. But here's the shocking truth. This is exactly what SpaceX planned. May 28th changed everything. Booster 18.1's first test revealed jaw-dropping specs, metallic heat tiles, redesigned engines, revolutionary layout. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a complete revolution. Here's where it gets insane. SpaceX has just 18 months to get 5 ships to Mars. Months, not years. Ships 39 through 43 are already taking shape. The countdown has begun. What happens next determines humanity's future among the stars. Let's dive right in. That destroyed-looking Ship 37 we saw? Here's what's really happening. While everyone panicked seeing it stripped bare, SpaceX engineers were celebrating. This isn't destruction, it's surgical precision. Ship 37 completed cryo-testing on both tanks May 30th. But here's the twist. They deliberately removed every heat tile, every flap, leaving it exposed like a patient on an operating table. Why would they do this? Because they're stress testing the hull itself. Without protective layers, engineers can see exactly how the metal responds to temperature extremes. Every microcrack, every stress point, every weakness, all visible to the naked eye. The sight is haunting. A multi-billion-dollar spacecraft, sitting naked in the Texas heat, its silver skin gleaming under the brutal sun. This is what desperation looks like when you're racing against an 18-month deadline. But this raises a chilling question. What did they discover that made them strip Ship 37 completely bare? May 28th wasn't just another test date. It was the day everything changed. Booster 18.1 rolled out looking nothing like its predecessors. Where older boosters had ceramic heat tiles, this one gleamed with metallic protection. Where previous designs had a central thrust puck, this one had nothing. Just engines protruding directly from the base like something from a sci-fi nightmare. The difference is staggering. Block 1 was a rough prototype. Block 2 was the refined version. But Block 3? Block 3 is evolution in metal and fire. The engine layout tells a story of desperate innovation. In Block 2, engines clustered around a central support structure. Safe, predictable, ordinary. In Block 3, they're positioned for maximum efficiency, protruding toward the center in a pattern that looks almost organic. Like evolution itself designed this configuration for one purpose: Mars. The metallic heat tiles catch the light differently. They're not just protection, they're a statement. This booster isn't built for Earth missions anymore. It's built for the void between worlds. But here's what nobody's talking about. This design isn't just better. It's absolutely necessary for what's coming. 5 ships to Mars in 18 months. Let that sink in. Most space missions take decades to plan. The Apollo program? 8 years. Mars missions typically require 26-month launch windows, careful planning, conservative timelines. But SpaceX is rewriting the rules entirely. They're not just building faster, they're building like their lives depend on it. Inside the Star Factory, something unprecedented is happening. Ships 39, NARPA the 41, taking shape simultaneously. Assembly lines that never sleep. Workers pushing the limits of human endurance. But look closer at the footage from Musk's recent update. Behind Ship 41's nose cone, there's something new, something that wasn't there before. Ring sections that don't match any previous design. Components that seem designed for what exactly? The truth is terrifying. If SpaceX misses this window, the next optimal Mars transfer doesn't come for another 26 months. That would push the timeline to 2027, potentially 2028. And in the space race, that's not a delay. That's falling behind forever. China is watching. Government programs are accelerating. Private competitors are mobilizing. This 18-month window isn't just about Mars. It's about who controls humanity's future in space. The pressure is crushing. Every day matters. Every test counts. Every failure could mean the difference between leading humanity to Mars or watching someone else plant their flag first. Megabay 2 is revealing secrets faster than SpaceX can hide them. Ship 38 moved to center position after receiving its aft section. Standard procedure, or so it seems. But watch the sequencing carefully. Ship 36 already completed cryo-testing back on April 27th. It's been sitting in Megabay 2 ever since, waiting, like a patient in a hospital bed. Why hasn't it moved forward? Because something changed in the production pipeline. Something fundamental, something that required holding Ship 36 back while Ships 37 and 38 leapfrogged ahead. The most logical explanation? Raptor 3 engines. These aren't just upgraded engines. They're completely redesigned power plants. More efficient, more powerful, and critically designed specifically for the brutal demands of interplanetary flight. Ship 36 might be waiting for these next-generation engines, which would explain the production shuffle, the delays, the careful choreography of spacecraft moving through the factory like pieces on a chessboard. But here's the question that keeps engineers awake at 3 a.m. Are the Raptor 3s truly ready for the unforgiving vacuum between Earth and Mars? One failure during the 7-month journey, and 5 ships become 5 tombs drifting in the darkness. While everyone focuses on Texas, the real action is happening 1,200 miles away at Cape Canaveral. LC-39A is SpaceX's billion-dollar bet. The integration tower stands complete, a monument to ambition rising into the Florida sky. But everything else is a construction nightmare. The flame trench is excavated but empty, a concrete canyon waiting for its purpose. The orbital launch mount sits unfinished at Roberts Road. Pieces of the puzzle scattered across the landscape. The tank farm remains incomplete, pipes and valves in various stages of assembly. Here's the brutal mathematics of construction. Flame trench completion, 2 to 3 months minimum. Orbital launch mount installation, 3 to 4 months if nothing goes wrong. Tank farm finishing, 4 to 6 months of complex plumbing work. Integrated testing, another 2 to 3 months of careful validation. Add it all up, and you're looking at late 2025 or spring 2026 for operational status. But that's only if everything goes perfectly. And in space construction, nothing ever goes perfectly. Hurricane season, supply chain delays, inspection failures, environmental challenges. Each one could add weeks or months to the timeline. The FAA environmental review hangs over everything like a sword. The final environmental impact statement isn't expected until late 2025. Without that approval, LC-39A remains nothing more than an expensive monument to bureaucracy. So here's the million-dollar question that haunts every SpaceX executive. Can they really reach Mars in 18 months with only Texas launch capability? While SpaceX builds their Mars fleet, NASA just discovered something that changes everything about planetary protection. 26 new species of extremophile bacteria thriving in the clean rooms used to prepare the Phoenix Mars lander. These aren't ordinary microbes. They're radiation-resistant, spore-forming survivors that can live on almost nothing. The implications are staggering. If life this hardy exists in Earth's most sterile environments, what happens when SpaceX's Mars ships land on the red planet? Are we about to contaminate an entire world with Earth bacteria? Every Starship mission now carries this hidden risk. And with 5 ships heading to Mars simultaneously, the contamination potential multiplies exponentially. Picture this: humanity's greatest achievement, landing on Mars, could simultaneously be our greatest mistake, introducing Earth life to a pristine world, destroying any chance of finding native Martian organisms, contaminating the very planet we're trying to explore. The ethical dilemma is crushing. Do we risk contaminating Mars to save humanity's future? Or do we delay missions to perfect sterilization, potentially losing the race to other nations who might not share our concerns? But Mars isn't the only planet revealing its secrets. New evidence suggests Venus is still geologically active. 52 out of 75 massive corona structures show signs of ongoing deformation. Fresh faults, unfilled cracks, surface textures that haven't been buried by time. This discovery rewrites our understanding of planetary evolution. If Venus is still churning internally, it means Earth-like planets can remain active far longer than we thought. The implications for Mars are profound. Could the red planet still have geological activity we haven't detected? Subsurface processes that might affect SpaceX's landing sites? Underground water systems that could complicate or enhance colonization efforts? The universe is revealing its secrets, but each answer raises 10 new questions. Here's what Musk's update really revealed about Block 3 and why it changes absolutely everything. Those metallic heat tiles aren't just about durability. They're about reusability at an unprecedented scale. Block 2 ships require extensive refurbishment between flights, weeks of careful maintenance, tile replacement, system checks. Block 3 ships are designed for rapid turnaround. Land on Monday, launch on Friday. Multiple Mars missions per vehicle. The economics of space exploration completely transformed. The redesigned engine layout isn't just about efficiency, it's about manufacturing speed. By eliminating the thrust puck and integrating engines directly into the structure, SpaceX can build boosters 40% faster. Time is everything when you're racing a countdown clock. But here's the secret nobody's discussing. The secret that explains everything we've seen. Block 3 isn't just designed for Mars missions, it's designed for Mars colonization. The structural changes, the manufacturing improvements, the rapid reusability, everything points to a permanent Mars presence, not exploration, colonization, not visits, settlement. Ships that can make the journey multiple times, infrastructure that can support continuous operations, technology that can sustain human life on another world. This isn't about planting a flag on Mars. This is about planting humanity on Mars. SpaceX isn't just building ships. They're building an entire civilization-scale infrastructure ecosystem. Pad B at Starbase took 18 months from bare dirt to near completion. The flame trench, the tower, the launch mount, everything built from scratch in record time. But that was just the prototype, the proof of concept. Now they're applying those lessons to LC-39A, to future Pad C, potentially to offshore platforms floating in international waters. Each new launch facility doesn't just add capacity, it adds redundancy. If one pad goes down, missions continue from another. If weather delays launches in Florida, Texas keeps operating. If regulations slow progress in one location, another takes up the slack. This isn't about having enough launch capacity for Mars missions. This is about having enough launch capacity for Mars colonization. Weekly launches, not monthly. Daily operations, not special events. A space program that operates like an airline, not like a government project. The scale is breathtaking. The ambition is terrifying. The timeline is impossible. And yet, it's happening. Every day that passes brings us closer to the ultimate test. Will SpaceX's 18-month Mars timeline hold? Can Block 3 technology deliver on its impossible promises? Are we about to witness the beginning of humanity's expansion into the solar system? Or the most spectacular failure in space exploration history? The evidence is mounting. Production lines running 24/7, infrastructure rising from dirt and dreams, technology evolving at a pace that defies comprehension. But questions remain. Critical questions that could determine not just the success of these missions, but the survival of human civilization itself. Because make no mistake, this isn't just about Mars anymore. It's about humanity's backup plan, our insurance policy against extinction, our chance to become a multiplanetary species. The countdown has begun. The die is cast. The future of humanity, balanced on the edge of an 18-month deadline. Everything we've seen, every test, every innovation, every desperate midnight shift in the factories, it all leads to one moment. The moment when 5 ships ignite their engines, leave Earth behind, and carry human dreams across the void to a red planet waiting in the darkness. Are we ready? Are they ready? The clock is ticking, and time is running out. So here we are, standing at the edge of history, SpaceX racing against an 18-month countdown, Block 3 technology pushing boundaries we never thought possible, 5 ships destined for Mars, carrying humanity's greatest gamble. But here's what keeps me up at night. Are we witnessing the birth of a multiplanetary civilization? Or are we watching Elon Musk bet everything on an impossible dream? The strip ship 37, the revolutionary Block 3 designs, the frantic construction at LC-39A. Every piece of this puzzle tells the same story. This isn't just about reaching Mars anymore. It's about survival. It's about becoming something more than a single planet species. What do you think? Can SpaceX really pull off 5 Mars missions in 18 months? Or is this timeline pure fantasy? Drop your thoughts below, because honestly, I need to know if I'm the only one losing sleep over this. And if you're as obsessed with humanity's space future as I am, hit that subscribe button. Because trust me, this Mars story, we're just getting started. The countdown continues, and the universe is watching.